Smart, smart, do. We are the children, the children of God. Come, come, come. We change our world. We have what it takes to do it smart and make it smart. Welcome to our Smart Do.
Hello class 5 pupils, how are you this morning? It's my hope that you are fine, and I'm fine too. We are still on our topic, animals, whereby we started by classifying animals into two groups. Animals with backbones and animals without backbones. What did I say animals with backbones are called? Yes, animals with backbones, we say they are called vertebrates. And animals without backbones are called what? They are called invertebrates. In the previous lesson, we classified vertebrates into various groups, whereby we said we have warm-blooded animals, that is vertebrates, and we have cold-blooded vertebrates. We said warm-blooded animals are animals whose body temperature will remain constant. It will not change. Even if they go in hot places, even if they go in cold places, their body temperature will not change. It will remain constant. Whereby we say cold-blooded animals, their body temperature will change depending on the surrounding, on the environment. If they go to cold places, their temperature will change to be cold. If they go in hot places, their temperature will change to be hot. That is why you will see snakes and lizards basking in the sun, because they want to get their temperature hot. We said we have warm-blooded mammals and birds. And we said cold-blooded are reptiles, amphibians, and fish. And we sang that our song yesterday. Let's sing it once to remind ourselves. Let's sing it once. Animals with backbones are called vertebrates. Without backbones are invertebrates. Animals with backbones are called vertebrates. Without backbones are invertebrates. Mammals and birds are warm-blooded. Reptiles, amphibian, fish are cold-blooded. Mammals and birds are warm-blooded. Reptiles, amphibian, fish are cold-blooded. Yes, that is a song that will help us to remember warm-blooded animals and cold-blooded animals. Since we looked at the characteristics of mammals and birds, this morning I want us to look briefly at the characteristics of reptiles. Characteristics of reptiles. One, reptiles are cold-blooded. They are cold-blooded, meaning that temperature will change. They are cold-blooded. Another characteristics of reptiles is that they have scales on their bodies. Their bodies are covered with scales everywhere. We say mammals, their bodies are covered with fur or hair, while birds, their bodies are covered with feathers. But reptiles, their bodies have scales. Another thing is that they lay eggs. They lay eggs. Reptiles, they live on land. They live on land. And reptiles, the last thing about reptiles is that they breathe through lungs. They breathe through lungs. Those are the five main characteristics of reptiles. They are cold-blooded, meaning their temperature will change depending on the surrounding. They have scales on their bodies. They lay eggs, meaning they don't give birth. They lay eggs. And once they lay eggs, their eggs will hatch to young ones. Mammals, we say the mammals give birth, except two. That is the spiny anteater and the dark-billed platypus. Those are egg-laying mammals. All other mammals give birth. But in reptiles, all reptiles lay eggs. And they live on land. They breathe through lungs. What are some of the examples of reptiles? Any animal that you know has scales on its body. One, we have the tortoise. Tortoise has a hard shell. So tortoise, and when you look at the feet of a tortoise, they have scales. It has a very rough body, meaning that it is a reptile. Another reptile is the lizard and the snake, gecko. Those are some of the examples of reptiles. We are looking at cold-blooded animals. Let's look at the fish. Before we go to fish, let's look at the amphibians. Amphibians. What are amphibians? Amphibians are cold-blooded animals. They are cold-blooded. There's something very funny about amphibians. Amphibians, they lay eggs. They reproduce by laying eggs. These eggs are fertilized externally. They have external fertilization. Fertilized externally. Another thing is that amphibians, they lay their eggs in water. Amphibians lay their eggs in water. So, once the female lays the eggs in water, the male comes through fertilizing the eggs. So these eggs, they hatch into tadpoles. They hatch into tadpoles. What does this one mean? The young one of any amphibian is called a tadpole. Another thing about amphibian is that they live partly in water. Partly in water and partly on land. They live partly on water and partly on land. Meaning that, why do they live partly in water? All tadpoles, all the young ones, live in water. Young ones of amphibians live in water. But when they grow old, the adults will live on land. The adults will live on land. Their bodies do not have scales. They have a moist skin. They have a moist skin. Amphibians have a moist skin. They lay eggs in water. They are cold-blooded. They live partly in water and partly on land. They have a moist skin. When they live in water, they breathe through gills. But when they live on land, they breathe through lungs. They breathe through lungs. So those are the characteristics of amphibians. What are examples of these amphibians? Examples of the amphibians, one is the frog. Another one is the toad. The salamander. That is the frog. Toad. There are only 4 amphibians. Salamander. And the newt. Newt is an animal that looks like a fish and it also looks like a frog. That is a newt, salamander, the toad, and the frog. Those are the 4 examples of amphibians. And lastly, let's look at fish. Very briefly, let's look at the characteristics of fish. The characteristics of fish. 1, they are cold-blooded. What does this one mean? Their body temperature will change according to the surrounding. Another characteristics of fish is that they have moist scales. How do fish move? They move by swimming. What do they use to swim? What do fish use to swim? The fish use things we call the fins. Another characteristics of fish is that they lay eggs. Do fish live on dry land? No, fish live in water. They lay eggs which are hatched, which are fertilized externally, so they have external fertilization. So those are the characteristics of fish. They are cold-blooded, they have moist scales, they move by swimming, meaning they have fins, they lay eggs and they live in water. Some of the examples of fish, we have the tilapia, Nile perch, we have tilapia and Nile perch. Those are some of the examples of fish. So those are the main vertebrates, cold-blooded, that is amphibians, reptiles and fish. Thank you very much and thank you very much.